Welcome to MetroArts. I'm your host, Nakshi Nassif, and right here on MetroArts, we highlight some of the best in the business, from fine artists, photographers, and performing artists to cinematographers and musical artists, all from the Metro Detroit area. On today's show, we have fashion designer Joe Faris, sculptor Alice Smith, and singer-songwriter Taylor Fernandez. We'd like to welcome fashion designer Joe Faris back to the Midtown studio. Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
It's great to have you.
The studio looks great today.
Yeah, it's new.
Yeah, I love it.
So you appeared last season on the pilot. Can you tell us what you've been up to since then?
Well, it's pretty funny. I've actually been up to the same thing that I was up to before. You know, promoting fashion in Detroit, developing my brand, Motor City Design, and really looking at opportunities to help promote the fashion industry in Detroit.
Sounds like fun. Creating stuff new every day.
Yeah, always. It's always something new and always new opportunities.
So you're actually, we have a video that is one of your projects. Can you tell us about the project and what exactly?
Yeah, this was the Fashion in Detroit last year.
Okay.
This year's Fashion in Detroit will be April 13th. 2012.
I'm coming. Totally coming.
Yeah, oh, it's great. It's this will be the second year with Denise Illich, the fourth year for the show.
Wow.
And this is the collection that we, Denise and I collaborated on. It's a denim-inspired, but really more Detroit-centric. It's all about Detroit and using as an inspiration, Detroit as an inspiration, and it's just a really high-energy day and a lot of fun. If you like fashion and runway shows, it looks like it's going to be like crazy and fun. It's a lot of fun. And we added an element this year called Market Detroit, where we feature all local artists and local designers who have their own collections. And so this will give you a snapshot of what one of the runway shows will look like.
So do you have like a certain logo for us to always watch out for?
Yeah, it's the Fashion and Design logo with the red girl. And just real simple, fashionindetroit.com, and you can see all the information online right there.
Okay. Well, thank you. It was great to see your stuff on the runway. Can you tell us what you brought for us today?
Sure, yeah. This is one of the designs that was actually on the runway. It's a jacket that I like to call the Detroit jacket, essentially. It's a very clean line jacket, very classic workwear inspired jacket. And it has some patches that are very reminiscent of Detroit, obviously some brands that are still existing today and some that aren't. And so it's really about taking Detroit and Motor City as kind of a concept or as an inspiration and infusing it into the brand with elements of denim and workwear and everything that Detroit represents, which is, you know, America and production and really kind of highlighting the positives of our city.
Okay. Where exactly can people buy your items and your clothing?
Well, right now I sell a few local boutiques in Detroit, as well as they can go on joe-faris.com, as well as Motor City Design Co. Both of those websites link together. And we have T-shirts. Detroit Muscle shirt is one of them.
I see.
You know, again, it's all about Detroit, Detroit-centric, and you know, really kind of focusing on Detroit and our history, and putting a spotlight on our city, you know, in fashion. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about Motor City Design?
Yeah. So Motor City Design, again, was when I made the decision a few years ago to come back to Detroit and kind of set up shop here. I figured I would create a brand that was kind of inspired by the city. And so Motor City, as a saying, I think is one of those sayings, you know, when you go to New York and you say Motor City, they kind of get it, but not everybody knows.
You have to be here.
You have to be here, exactly. So rather than creating a brand that said Detroit, I felt like Motor City was, you know, again, more inspiration and more universal. So the brand is, I spent a lot of energies trying to make partnerships with like the auto industry using some of their byproducts. And so I try to incorporate automotive elements into the brand. But again, it's really taking inspiration from our city and showcasing it for the rest of the world.
So you have worked with top designers like Ralph Lauren and Donna Karan in New York. So how is it to be back in Detroit? What's the pace difference?
Oh my God, it's you know, the difference is in you know, in working with other brands, you know, you immerse yourself with their brand. You know, when I worked at Ralph Lauren, I would wear a tie every day. I would, you know, wear all Ralph Lauren clothing, and the offices were all like Ralph Lauren world. And so when coming back into Detroit, I kind of set up the same principle, you know, kind of immersing yourself in the collection. I will admit it is somewhat of a slower pace. But it's really about keeping the energy going and you know, kind of using Detroit as inspiration.
Well, thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you.
This is great having you.
I'm so happy to be here.
And we would like to thank you, Joe, for appearing on MetroArts, produced at the Midtown Studio at Wayne State University. Our next featured guest is sculptor Alice Smith. Smith has been reaching out to military veterans and connecting art with rehabilitation. MetroArts field producer Isaac Grove has her story.
What is it?
It's dirty, it's beautiful, and it's fun.
Still confused? It's art, and it's coming to communities across Detroit. It is no wonder what goes on behind closed doors at Wayne State University. But the school is offering more than just a Carnegie class education these days. It's offering some the chance to mold their visions like hot steel into reality beyond the campus boundary and into the community. Smith said these visions are about more than just a dazzling display of hot sparks or splash of molten steel that challenges all the senses. She says it's about making connections between the financially struggling community of Detroit and one of the top 30 largest schools in the nation. A connection that Smith believes will not only help reshape the Detroit community, but also the lives of those involved.
We're working here with just healing our spirits and healing our souls and taking whatever we have experienced in the past and trying not to let that be a hinder to our existence. If we tap into our creativity, you can't lose.
Smith says that although everyone will benefit by getting the artists out of the class and into the neighborhoods, her focus is on her veterans, the people she says inspire her the most. According to Smith, They hope to continue service to their country through the program, intent on inspiring hope while reaping the benefits of a positive physical release.
When I was TIG welding, we're creating this beam, and this steady beam, and when it touches the steel, you can feel that point, and it's electricity. And it just feels really relaxing to just go down that beam and bring these two pieces of hard metal together and join them.
The proposal was approved by the Dean of Fine Performing and Communication Arts, Matthew Seeger, and already has major support from the Detroit and veteran communities. Representatives from the Student Veteran Organization on campus say they are excited that student veterans like Sabah can bring their skills out of the classroom and into the community. Meanwhile, artists at the campus foundry say they will spend their days working on their visions, dreaming of fresher air. Reporting from Wayne State, I'm Isaac Grove.
Well, that video was very educational, and I feel like I learned so much out of it. What exactly inspires you to reach out to the nation's veterans?
Well, I have many family members that are veterans. One, my father, my brother, and also I have nephews that have served in the Army and the Navy and the Marines as well.
So is that what inspired you to go and, create artwork based on the veterans and all of the pieces you do?
Yes, very much so. Having the close encounter with our veterans, them being family members, also had an effect on me as well as them. So just to find some understanding for myself. So in order to do that, you have to get engaged.
What projects are you working on currently?
I'm currently implementing an after-school program over at Set Free International. I myself and volunteers through my organization bring in different programs as far as painting, sculpture, two-dimensional perspective drawing, also tutoring as far as math, English, all those things that kids are not so privileged to have on a daily basis. We try to just bring some resources to them.
That's very interesting. You're an artist in your own right. So what made you want to make a career out of being an artist?
I found that being creative or just having that talent offers so many opportunities. Opportunities to go out and service the community. It offers the opportunity to work diligently with kids. It also offers the opportunity to explore.
You let them express themselves pretty much. And
yes, when one have the experience of designing or drawing or making something out of nothing, then that gives them great pride within themselves. You have that joy of hope.
Yes.
Oh God, I made this out of popsicle sticks. Yeah. Or oh, I took twigs and I actually came up with a three-dimensional, beautiful sculpture.
Wow, that's
that
amazing.
one would think these thrown away objects you have taken and then restructured them.
So what's the best thing about being an artist? You said a couple things.
I think for me, it's taking an idea and a concept and being able to manifest that into a physical form where one can actually start a dialogue or some understanding about some issues that might be causing a conflict in society.
Like political or any conflicts
Yeah,
that there
political, environmental, racism, all of these topics can come up and one can just start finding ways to start a healing process for the whole.
Do you actually have a favorite piece that you've done? One that sticks out in your mind?
Yes, I do. I did 2 obelisks that sits on the corner of Dr. Martin Luther King and Mother Rosa Parks Boulevard. And those obelisks a dedication to their struggle as leaders, to try to bring the nation on one accord, you know, just in the humanitarian perspective, you know, offering love, offering dignity, offering just inspiration to become one.
Nice,
You know?
that's very
So
beautiful.
those are my favorite pieces because they are made of mild steel and they eject 20 feet in the air.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. And thank you for appearing on MetroArts Detroit.
Hi, I'm Timothy Orikri. You can see me and other artists when you watch MetroArts on Detroit Public Television.
And now let's welcome singer-songwriter Taylor Fernandez to the Midtown studio for a performance of You Made a Mess.
You made a mess when you messed around. You messed me up, you let me down. You had to leave, and now leave me alone. You left me here, now let me go. I guess the time we spent together was a little bittersweet. I always knew it would last forever. I was lost in all the moments when you acted so sweet. I never thought I'd be deceived, 'cause you acted like the world was ours and fooled me with a sickening ease. Now I'm more than the girl who you tossed away before. You made a mess when you messed around. You messed me up, you let me down. You had to leave, now leave me alone. You left me here, now let me go. Let me go. Now you're gone, and I just want you off my mind. Your memory haunts me everywhere I go. 'Cause you acted like the world was ours and fooled me with a sickening ease. Now I'm more than the girl who you tossed away before. You made a mess when you messed around. You messed me up, you let me down. You had to leave, now leave me alone. You left me here, now let me go. I trusted you without a doubt. You turned and walked away and didn't turn around. I trusted you. You made a mess.
Wow, Taylor, that was amazing. I literally got goosebumps.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about that song and your first album, Who I Am?
Well, You Made a Mess is a song off my album, and it's an album of 5 originals that I recorded last year. And You Made a Mess is, I wrote it as an exercise, as a songwriting exercise that my voice teacher gave me. So.
Okay. So you are 16 years old, and you've already won the Clinton County Idol, the Do It Oxros Idol, and the DRR Songwriting Competition. How old were you when you started singing?
Well, I've been singing my whole life,
Okay.
but I started performing when I was about 11, so I was like in 6th grade.
Okay, so, and how old were you when you started writing songs?
I was probably like 12 or 13, a
Okay.
little bit after I started performing.
Okay, so which, I want to say bands or singers, who influences you the most?
Mostly it's Ingrid Michaelson.
Okay.
She's like, I love her.
Okay.
And Beyonce.
Nice.
I look up to her so much.
Nice.
So,
That's great.
yeah.
So how does an idea come up for a song? Is it based on personal life or past experiences?
It's a lot of personal life experiences, and like lately it's been, I go to Interlochen Arts Academy for their singer-songwriter program,
Okay.
and so it's like a lot of things that I hear other songwriters writing,
Okay.
and it just like inspires me.
Okay.
And so I've been doing a lot of that, like picking up things and just going off ideas that I get from there.
Okay, so you have another song to play for us. Can you tell us what it's called and where exactly we could find you to pick up that amazing song?
This song is Who I Am,
Right.
and it's actually the title track to my CD. And it's about me being little and growing up, and it's like a really personal song and all my memories and stuff. And it's for sale on iTunes and TaylorFernandez.com.
Okay,
So.
well, take it away, Taylor. It was nice talking to you.
Thanks.
Scabby knees and climbing on trees, playing on a porch swing in Tennessee, watching Sandlot on my grandma's TV, singing around the house like no one could hear me. These are the days I remember. They're my favorite memories. There are times when I wish I could go back and do again what I please. This is who I am, where I'm from. Can anyone hear me? It's what I did when I was young. Can anyone hear me singing? It's who I am. Stargazing on the lake till 1 a.m. So many hours of the Uno game that will never have an end. Coming home every day to a kid's best friend. Dreaming big and doing what I believe in. And these are the days I remember. They're my favorite memories. There are times when I wish I could go back and do again what I please. This is who I am, where I'm from. Can anyone hear me? It's what I did when I was young. Can anyone hear me singing who I am, where I'm from? Can anyone hear me? It's what I did when I was young. Can anyone hear me singing? It's who I am.
Well, Taylor, that was amazing as always.
Thank you.
I got goosebumps again. Earlier we were talking about your school program. Can you tell me a little bit more about that in depth?
Yeah, this is my first year at Interlochen Arts Academy for their new singer-songwriter program. And there are 20 students in the program, and our teacher is Courtney Kaiser-Sandler. And we go into our little classroom every day for about 2 hours, and she gives us like prompts and stuff for commercials and songs for commercials and stuff, and she gives us tips on like the music business to get us ready for going out into the world as a singer-songwriter.
Okay, so where exactly do you see yourself in 5, 10, 15 years, since you're so young but doing so good for yourself?
I think that as long as I'm playing music and people are enjoying it and I love it, I think I'll always love it. As long as I'm doing that and I can make a living off of it, that would be perfect for me.
It's great, thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you, Taylor, for joining us on MetroArts on Detroit Public Television. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show. I would like to thank our guests, Joe Faris, Alice Smith, and Taylor Fernandez for joining us today. I'm your host on MetroArts, Naksheen Nassif, reminding you that art is an international language we can all support.